Your metabolism isn't broken. Hey guys, Coach Matt here. So, quick lesson for you guys today. About 3 slides in this presentation. I'm going to tell you why, despite some of what you may see and hear on social media about boosting your metabolism or fixing your metabolism isn't broken, okay? So let me show you what I mean, okay? So this is a very, very simple chart, a simplification of what is a complex topic. But in this video, I'm going to do my best to just keep it super simple, super high level. Okay? So you've got 4 numbers on this chart. 3,000 and 1,000 on the y-axis, and 7 and 0 on the x-axis. Okay? So what do these numbers mean? Approximately, at the high end, if someone is eating about 3,000 calories a day, like me, that's a lot of food. On the low end, here, if someone were eating about 1,000 calories a day on average, okay, that would be very, very little food, relatively speaking, for most people. Okay? Over here, on the high end, someone like me might be exercising 7 or more hours of intentional exercise per week. That's about an hour a day, scheduled intentional exercise. Okay, this has nothing to do with what you do during the day outside of fitness training, like for your job or for whatever. But just intentional exercise, 7 hours or more per week on the far end, high end, and of course on the low end you can't go lower than 0, would be 0. So this chart you can see, to the left you have sedentary, to the right you have highly active, to the north you have eating a lot of food, and to the south eating very little food. Okay, so now that you've seen that, here's what happens. Okay, if someone eats a lot of food and exercises a lot, most likely that person's going to be strong and muscular. Okay? However, if someone eats a lot of food and is roughly inactive or sedentary all the time, that person's going to be obese. So you could have 2 people eating the same amount of food, one being super strong and one not, one being highly overfat. Unfortunately, something like 75% of our country is in this category. Okay? Now, you could go down here with less food and see also what happens. If you eat too little food and exercise a lot, you're going to be weak. You won't have a lot of muscle. You might even get injured. And if you eat too little food and don't move enough, you're going to get sick, okay, or worse. Okay? So when we talk about metabolism being broken and fixing metabolism and boosting metabolism, let's just assume that someone is starting from here, okay? Which most people are. And obese means 30% or more body fat for most people, maybe 35, maybe 40 or higher, okay? Now let's go to the next slide. We'll talk about how to solve this problem. I won't use the word fix, okay? If you are obese, okay, yes, it's true that you can lower your food intake. Now the midline would be around 2,000 calories a day, ballpark, okay? So I put that blue text there to show you that, you could lower your food intake. Doesn't have to be drastic. Probably shouldn't be that drastic as going all the way down to 1,000. I don't recommend that most of the time. But in any case, conceptually, if you lower your food intake and don't increase your exercise at all, you will lose fat. Because notice that this went straight down. We didn't move to the right in terms of exercise, okay? So in the first phase of fat loss, weight loss, you can just lower your food intake and you really don't need to exercise to lose the fat. Of course, I don't recommend that because later on, if you're not exercising, you're not going to keep it off. You're going to be like the 9 out of 10 people who gain it back. But if you want to lose that fat and keep it off, you need to follow this pattern of increasing your exercise and food over time, okay? So even in the extreme case where you didn't increase the exercise in the fat loss phase, if you wanted to maintain your weight, you must increase the exercise, right? Because eventually, no matter what you do, you're going to need to eat more food. No one can stay in a long-term deficit. It's just not sustainable, okay? And eventually, if you want to get really strong and fit, well, then you can afford, quote unquote, to eat more, the more muscular you become, and that requires more and more exercise, okay? So it's absolutely possible to eat 3,000 calories a day or more and be quite fit, as long as you're over here on the high exercise end of the spectrum. Okay, so when we talk about boosting your metabolism, okay, it has to do not with any quick fix pill or supplement that you can take, but it really has to do with how much exercise and energy you're putting out, and of course, and many other factors that we won't go into in this video, but that's the crux of it. Okay, so I want to stop there and leave this video under 7 minutes, and just mention in closing to beware of, while there are some people and products out there who use the word fix or boost your metabolism because it's catchy and they're well intended, but maybe they're using it in a good way, which I'm okay with. Just be wary of that clickbait type of advertising that gets you to only go here in phase 1, but doesn't address phase 2 and 3. All right. So if you want to learn more about this and turn your health and energy around, you can visit the link in my bio. Inside, I've got all kinds of mini courses, group coaching calls, an awesome community, training videos. Anything you need to help you get through those phases I just showed is all inside. Okay. Don't just take my word for it. You can see all these testimonials, and thank you for watching, and I hope to see you on the inside. All right, take care.